Hello, I'm Dave Summers, Chief Executive of Community Food Initiatives North East. I'm very sorry that colleagues or myself can't be with you today, and I hope you have a lot of good discussion and from today can get some action on the issue of food poverty. CFINE operates FareShare Grampian, and FareShare in essence is surplus food, not waste food, surplus food from the food industry that FareShare UK negotiates, makes available to FareShare regional centres, and we in turn distribute that food to people in food poverty or food insecurity, or to organisations who are supporting such people and in turn getting the food out to them. In January this year, Scottish Government contacted the FareShares in Scotland, and we met where Scottish Government announced it was going to make £500,000 available for the purchase of food in the event of a No Deal Brexit on the 31st of March. Now, as you know, this didn't happen, but the food was purchased and has been being distributed across Highland, and the last of that food will be distributed in the coming weeks. At the meeting, it was clear that Highlands and Islands has not been covered by a FareShare network. And at CFINE's proposal and behest, it was agreed that Highlands and Islands should most certainly be included in the arrangement. And FareShare Grampian took on responsibility for ensuring that the Highlands and Islands area was covered by and benefited from this food. So we've been doing that in Highland, Orkney, Shetland and Western Isles areas and continue to do so. I'm delighted to say that Scottish Government has recently announced a further £1 million, mainly to purchase food, again for distribution across Scotland. And it's understood that they will be looking at those areas that it won't be a simple split across Scotland. They'll be looking at where a no deal Brexit is likely to impact most and targeting the food, quite rightly, on those areas, because it's in those areas that those in food poverty or food insecurity are going to be most affected adversely. So that's great news, and over the coming weeks there'll be discussion about how that money will be used to purchase food, and then we will be discussing with the local authorities and other partners in the 7 local authorities we work with how best to get that food to the most people to benefit those in poverty. As well as discussing this additional finance for FareShare, Scottish Government also raised with the 4 regional centres, FareShare regional centres, their expectation of our negotiating increased and improved strategic relationships with the local authorities in our areas. So we have met with the 7 authorities, including Highland Council, and in each case, very good meetings, very well supported, very enthusiastic. And the point of that is to ensure that as far as possible at the local authority level, FareShare Grampian, including Highlands and Islands now, is impacting on as many people as possible who are in need of the support. So our discussions go on with Sheila and others in Highland Council, and over the next weeks and months we will be getting that food out to as many people as possible. The knack here is for us to build on the partnerships that we've made with a host of Highland based organisations, because it's only through them, in partnership with them, that we can reach the people we want to reach, those who are facing most difficulties, particularly if a no deal Brexit happens. I think all the evidence is a no deal Brexit will impact most adversely on the poorest and most vulnerable in our communities. So we, in partnership with yourselves and others in the Highland area, want to take this forward and make sure we're getting to as many people as we can to make life that bit easier for them. One of the final things I'd say is Scottish Government wanted us to look at promoting alternatives to food banks. And so, for example, the community food pantry that we launched with a local community project in Woodside in Aberdeen. In February, it was the first community food pantry in Scotland. We're launching our own community food pantry in our premises in Aberdeen next week on the 7th of October. And what we want to see in Aberdeen City and Aberdeenshire and possibly Moray is a network of community food pantries which hopefully provide people with an alternative access to food, free food, or very cheap food should I say, as an alternative to food banks. Food banks are no good. They erode dignity, they create dependence, and they don't change anything. Arguably, they actually bolster the UK government's welfare reforms, which is the main driver of people using food banks and increasing this number of people. So over the coming months, we will be discussing with the local authority and partners and promoting ideas that mean people hopefully can be supported not to have to use food banks, which frankly are an obscenity in the UK in 2019. We're the 5th richest country in the world. Anyway, I think that's all from me today. Really sorry I'm not there, and I do hope you have excellent discussions, and I look forward to hearing the outcomes. See you all in due course. Bye.
Perfect.